This is Matador News, and these are today's headlines. Supreme Court nominee Merrick Garland continues to make rounds on Capitol Hill.
We have a choice, a real choice.
Ted Cruz and Bernie Sanders win the Wisconsin primary and remind their opponents the race is not over. And baseball season has started, and the Dodgers begin their season in San Diego, returning home on April 12th.
Welcome to Matador News. I'm Miracle Evans.
I am Kendall Faulkner. Supreme Court nominee Judge Eric Garland is meeting with senators as he pushes forward with his nomination. Most Republican senators are refusing to meet with him, and only 2 have expressed full support: Susan Collins of Maine and Mark Kirk of Illinois. Illinois Democratic Senator Dick Durbin says he wishes his Republican candidates would give Garland a chance.
To deny him an opportunity to even be heard, an opportunity to defend himself if there are any charges, that is fundamentally unfair. It is unfair by the standards of this nation.
Next week, 14 Republican senators are planning to meet with Garland, and 4 have officially confirmed.
Now let's go to Susana Guzman with the latest on the CSUN strike.
All CSU campuses are about to participate in the largest faculty strike in education history. 26,000 faculty members are expected to support the strike, and almost 500,000 students will be affected. Faculty has been fighting for a 5% increase in salary. However, the chancellor is only offering 2%. Here at CSUN, some students are saying they're worried. While some students are participating in the strike to support faculty members, others are concerned about missing class time.
Obviously, if teachers aren't going to be in class, we're going to miss lectures and stuff like that, fall a little bit behind.
I'm a grad student, so it really does affect me a lot. Like, this is my last few years here, so this is my professional career that I'm looking forward to. So losing out on these classes and these opportunities with my professors, it's really going to impact me, so I'm not looking forward to it.
To get more details on the upcoming strike, there will be an informational meeting this afternoon from 4 to 5 in Sequoia Hall that is open to students. Now back to Kendall in the studio.
Next week's primary is in New York, but last night Wisconsin voters took their turn. Republican candidate Ted Cruz won big. Cruz had 48% of the votes compared to Donald Trump, who had 35%. Democratic candidate Bernie Sanders had a big night as well. He got over 56% of the votes compared to his opponent Hillary Clinton, who only got 43%. The winners say they were pleased by the results.
It is a rallying cry. It is a call from the hardworking men and women of Wisconsin to the people of America. We have a choice, a real choice.
Our victory tonight in Wisconsin, we have now won 7 out of 8 of the last caucuses.
Saturday, Wyoming will be holding its caucus next Tuesday. New York will be holding its primary.
The Panama Papers leak is now leaking into the presidential campaign. More than 11 million leaked documents revealed that 12 world leaders and 128 other politicians and public officials were hiding millions of dollars in offshore corporations and accounts. Presidential candidate Hillary Clinton says she wants to fix the private tax system.
That's why last year I proposed a plan to shut down the so-called private tax system for the mega wealthy. We're going after all these scams and make sure that everyone pays their fair share here in America.
The papers show the Panama law firm Mossack Fonseca helped set up some 14,000 secret shell companies and knew the actual identities of only 204 of the people behind them. Associates of Russian President Vladimir Putin and the Prime Minister of Iceland are allegedly part of the Panama Papers scandal. The Prime Minister of Iceland was forced to resign earlier this week.
Lines at airport security are about to get longer. Due to the attacks by the Islamic State in Brussels, U.S. officials are boosting security in this country. Transportation Security Administrator Chief Peter Neffinger was in Brussels at the time of the attack. He told Congress today that Americans should feel safe traveling this summer.
Recent attacks remind us that the threat to transportation is very real and that our work to ensure freedom and protect our nation is never done.
Neffinger says that TSA plans to train additional workers to help airlines deal with the expected high demand. The number of armed TSA teams will nearly double in airport trains, stations, and other public transportation ports.
Millions of Southern Californians may face up to 14 days of summer blackouts due to the Porter Ranch gas leak. The leak, the largest methane leak in the U.S. history, lasted some 4 months. The Southern California Gas Company is now prohibited from injecting new natural gas into the massive underground storage field. Since the facility is at 1/5 of its capacity, new gas can't be added to the field. The company says all 114 wells at the facility in the Santa Susana Mountains are safe. 11 million customers are supplied with natural gas from Aliso Canyon, and 17 gas-fired power plants supply electricity to the region.
California's economy will outpace the national economy this year, according to the UCLA Anderson forecast. The unemployment rate is expected to drop from 7% to about 5% by 2017. UCLA economist David Schulman says concerns about recession have subsided from the time being. Personal income will increase more slowly than last year, but it will still grow by 3.6%.
Now let's toss to the latest in health news with Nick Torres.
Thank you, Miracle. California lawmakers are considering a new bill that would allow addicts to use heroin and crack in supervised facilities. Democratic Assemblywoman Suzanne Talamantes Eggman proposed this bill to cut down on overdoses. Law enforcement and lawmakers seem opposed and reluctant to support it, saying it will make people's addictions worse. Vancouver opened the first and only supervised injection facility in North America 13 years ago and has had a lot of success monitoring addictions. Experts believe the bill is unlikely to pass, as many people believe it would encourage drug use and it would also violate federal law. The Obama administration says the federal money left over from the fight against Ebola will now go to the fighting the Zika virus. Almost $600 million will be devoted to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention to research the virus and related birth defects. The CDC will also create response teams to monitor and limit the spread of the disease. President Obama had asked for nearly $2 billion in emergency money to fight the virus, but the request stalled in Congress. Now let's go to Dana Lights with the latest in business.
Thank you, Nick. In incoming weeks, Facebook will be adding a new feature allowing users to shoot, share, and watch live video on mobile devices. This new feature will be added to Facebook Live. Some of the new features include the ability to broadcast live video to a Facebook group or have a live Q&A session through Facebook events. CEO Mark Zuckerberg says live video is one of the things he is most excited about. Facebook will make this feature easy to access, and it will have its own dedicated spot and will have a large video icon within the app. Facebook will be competing with the social media powerhouses Twitter and Snapchat, who introduced this feature a year ago. Starbucks is planning to build its biggest store ever in New York. The president of Starbucks says he wants to create the Willy Wonka of coffee. The roastery is going to be 20,000 square feet in Manhattan. It is based on the company's Seattle roastery that opened 2 years ago. The massive store is to open in 2018. Let's go back to Nick with the latest in sports.
Not much went right for the Lakers last night as the Clippers cruised to a 103-81 victory. The game was Kobe Bryant's last time being a visitor at Staples Center. Chris Paul had a game-high 25 points to go along with 8 assists. The loss marked the 10th straight defeat for the Lakers against their co-tenants. Here, Paul and DeAndre Jordan connect for the emphatic DeAndre Jordan jam. Both teams once again play tonight against each other in a Lakers home game. The Minnesota Timberwolves deliver a crushing blow to the Golden State Warriors' chances of setting the single-season win record. Shabazz Muhammad scored 35 points off the bench to help the Wolves beat the Warriors 124-117. Tyus Jones fires a pass to Muhammad for the corner three. The Warriors led by as many as 17 points in the third quarter, only to collapse down the stretch. The Warriors, who have now lost 2 home games within the last 5 nights after winning 54 straight at Oracle Arena. The San Antonio Spurs are right behind the Warriors in the standings and play each other 2 more times before the season ends. For more on the start of baseball season, let's go to Eric Sklar in the newsroom.
Thanks, Nick. The Dodgers are off to a hot start this season. They've won their first 2 games by a combined score of 18-0. Last night against the Padres, Yasiel Puig hit a deep triple over John Jay's head to help the Dodgers seal the Dodgers 3-0 victory.
Deep drive to center. Jay misjudged again. All the way over his head. Kisses the 396 sign.
Scott Kazmir debuted for the Boys in Blue, striking out 5 and only giving up 1 hit. Some CSUN students have high hopes for the Dodgers this season.
The first game was really, really good, and I think Kershaw's got it this year.
You know, the past couple of years, they've been on the rise, they've been in the playoffs, but this year I really think they're going to take it all the way, win the World Series, bring home the title.
The Dodgers look to sweep the first series of the season in San Diego tonight at 6:10 as Kenta Maeda takes the mound and debuts for the Dodgers. Now let's go back to the latest in entertainment with Dana Lights.
Performer Janet Jackson is delaying her Unbreakable tour. She said she's planning to start her family, and due to doctor's orders, she needs to rest up. The singer will be 50 in May. Jackson is on the second leg of her tour. She told her fans on Twitter that she would be back as soon as she can. The Wizarding World of Harry Potter opens tomorrow. Universal Studios has sold out all online tickets. This is the first time the park has halted online sales. A ticket at the gate is $115. The theme park now costs more than its sister park in Orlando. The new Harry Potter attraction features 2 new rides and will include souvenirs like magic wands, Hogwarts robes, and Quidditch gear. That's all for entertainment. Let's go back to the news.
Thank you for watching Matador News. Follow us anytime on Twitter at Mata Newscast. I'm Miracle Evans.
I'm Kendall Faulkner.
I'm Nick Torres.
And I'm Dana Lights.